Hello everybody again, I'm What You Need. You're watching my channel. If you like this video, don't forget to share, comment, subscribe, as well as donate to my channel. All right, let's get into it. Who are the two best heavyweights in the world is the question posed. Some say Anthony Joshua because he's got 3 of the 4 belts. You know, he lost his belt last year. He went back in the immediate rematch, gained his belts. Some people say it's Tyson Fury. Some people say it's Deontay Wilder. Of those 3 names that I just mentioned, I want to ask you this question. Which of those 3 names has actually faced each other? That's how I look at the best heavyweights in the world. Guys who get it done, get the fights we want to see. And as far as I'm concerned, the best heavyweights in the world at this point in time, they're Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. They are the 2 best heavyweights in the world, bar none. Anthony Joshua has 3 of the 4 belts, but he's never faced Tyson Fury, and he's never faced Deontay Wilder. Why? Yet these two are going to have a rematch with one another. They're going to fight one another a second time. And we know Tyson Fury is very good, and we know Deontay Wilder is a killer when it comes to knocking out people. Both are athletic boxers. Anthony Joshua not so athletic, but they're very athletic, they're quick, they're skilled. So I say that the best 2 heavyweights in the world in boxing today are just like what KP from KC just made a comment and said. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Smash that like button if you like this channel. Smash that like button if you like this stream. Leave your comments in the stream and let's chop it up. I'm going to give you different reasons one by one. So that was the first reason why I say Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are the best in the world, because they're facing each other. Anthony Joshua, for all the talk, has never backed up his actions. Now, I know there are Anthony Joshua fans out there, and y'all are going to talk about Anthony Joshua and favor him. But I don't care what y'all say. He did not produce the goods. He did not face either Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. Neither of them. So far, all talk is cheap. Let's get into the second reason why Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder are the 2 best heavyweights in the world. Besides facing one another, Tyson Fury is undefeated and Deontay Wilder is undefeated. Deontay Wilder being successful in 10 defenses of his title, only having a draw inside of that whole thing, surpassing some of the great heavyweights of all time. Now, why I say this is important is because while Deontay Wilder hasn't faced top tier guys all the time, it is still difficult to maintain and to defend your title so many times in boxing. In fact, who is the longest reigning champion in boxing today? If it's not Deontay Wilder, maybe it's Gary Russell Jr., but Deontay Wilder would be right behind him in second place. Deontay Wilder has had 10 successful defenses of his title. He's not been defeated since then. He's an undefeated fighter as well. So we have to give Deontay Wilder that credit. Anthony Joshua cannot make that claim, even though he has faced consistently better level opposition than Deontay Wilder has over the course of his career. However, Tyson Fury, you have to give him credit for not only beating Vladimir Klitschko, but beating Vladimir Klitschko when Vladimir Klitschko was still at the peak of his career, when he was the unified world champion, having defeated everyone he had faced so far. He had a long winning streak. In fact, he was chasing after the great winning streak of Joe Louis, and he was on course to break it if he had beaten Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury not only beat Vladimir Klitschko, but get this, he went into Germany to beat Vladimir Klitschko. Germany, where Klitschko would have gotten the decision over him had Tyson Fury not completely and utterly outboxed Vladimir Klitschko in a absolutely one-sided battle. They've never seen Vladimir Klitschko look like that. And the reason is because Tyson Fury was that good. Now, yeah, y'all will say, well, Anthony Joshua, he fought Vladimir Klitschko too. Yeah, in a life and death battle. In a life and death battle in which Vladimir Klitschko dropped his ass. Not only did he drop him, but if Vladimir Klitschko was a little bit younger, he might have stopped him permanently. But of course, he was an old dog and he had some gas running out of his tank. And then he starts to gas out, you know, Klitschko can get knocked out. And Anthony Joshua was able to knock out Vladimir Klitschko. Kudos to Anthony Joshua. Not taking anything away from Anthony Joshua, but he didn't beat the Vladimir Klitschko that faced Tyson Fury. So therefore, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder in 2 consecutive points are better boxers, at least better heavyweights than even Anthony Joshua, who has consistently fought good quality opposition. He fought the IBF world champion, okay, and beat him. Then he fought the WBO champion and beat him, Joseph Parker, that is. And then he fought Vladimir Klitschko for the WBA Super Championship title. It was vacant. Now, why this is important in the IBO title, why this is important for people to understand is, I'm not knocking Anthony Joshua at all. I think he's a hell of a boxer. He proved himself that he's a true champion by taking a loss and bouncing back against the same guy immediately. I know he's a scientist. I know he is willing to take advice and counsel to get the best possible results. But this coming February the 23rd or 24th, I don't know which one it is, we are going to be seeing the 2 best heavyweights in the world face each other once again. They are the 2 pinnacle heavyweights in the world. No matter what anybody tells you, that's the truth. KP from KC had some comments to make, so let me just get him and acknowledge him. KP from KC says, Wilder's the best puncher, Fury's the best boxer. Of this era, Wilder is definitely the best puncher ever. And the thing about Wilder is he uses a lot of smarts to get guys out of there. You don't ever see his punch. It's so fast and it's so unpredictable. Wilder being an unpredictable fighter who uses a lot of good boxing skills and techniques to get what he has to get done. I heard some people say, have you ever seen Deontay Wilder fight off the back foot? Absolutely. We have seen him several times fight off the back foot. Even against Ortiz, he was fighting off the back foot. He fights off the back foot against guys like Bermane Stiverne. He fought him off the back foot. He fought, just about everybody. He fights off the back foot using the jab. You know, he gets you hurt, he goes forward. But he's really a counterpuncher. Anyway, back to what we were saying. So, the reason number 3 why these are the best heavyweights in the world, which nobody's really mentioning, but this is it's a major point, is Deontay Wilder, first of all, is a guy who is determined to win. He might be losing every single round, but he's determined to win. It doesn't break his spirit. Now, when we saw Anthony Joshua fighting against Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua talked about getting hurt, buzzed, and cannot recover. In other words, Anthony Joshua showed that he could not recover at a certain point. Now, Deontay Wilder has been buzzed several times in fights, but he always recovered. He always had that will to win so much that he was not willing to lay down any second in a fight, even when he was behind on the scorecards. Tyson Fury, we saw him get hit with the perfect 1-2. You couldn't get hit better than that. Well, he got to get hit a little bit more flush, kind of roll with the punches. And he went down. What did Tyson Fury do? He got back up. Not only did he get back up, but he won the rest of the round. He was beating up Deontay Wilder, who was shocked that Tyson Fury actually got back up. Both guys showed a mettle that we did not see in Anthony Joshua against Andy Ruiz. He was outgunned and outboxed by Andy Ruiz and getting beat up, and still that mettle wasn't there. Now, he got up from the ground, but he didn't really protest in a big way when the referee stopped the fight. He just accepted it. And I thought, if that was Tyson Fury, he'd have gone nuts. If that was Deontay Wilder, he'd have gone nuts, because those guys are fierce lions. They have a fierce will to win. And neither Tyson Fury nor Deontay Wilder is going to back down, even if a guy dropped him. They're going to get back up, and they're going to fight to the very end. And that tells you something about them 2 guys. That's point number 3, where I think these are the 2 best heavyweights in the world. They have proven to us that they are. Whereas Anthony Joshua failed to really recoup, get back up, and beat the crap out of a guy, Deontay Wilder showed that he could recoup fight back, and knock out his opponent. Tyson Fury showed he could recoup, fight back, and beat the crap out of his opponent. Both guys having great recuperative skills. Anthony Joshua had to make an excuse about getting hit over the top of his head, and that's what cost him the fight. These guys never say that. They ain't got no excuses. They're fierce warriors, and they're tough guys. And that tells me something about them. And that's why I think they are the two best heavyweights in the world. That's point number 3. Now, on to another thing that I think people are not factoring in this fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. For you Deontay Wilder fans out there, you're saying, well, Wilder, man, he got to Fury. He knocked him down in the 9th round. He got to him in the 12th round. He gonna finish the show this time. He gonna stop him. He gonna stop him next time. But what y'all forget is Wilder hit Fury with his best punches. He hit him with a right hand, left hook combination that puts a guy out cold. Fury got up from that. I want you guys to remember that when you see this rematch, because a lot of you guys are counting on Wilder knocking out Fury, and that may not happen. But what we might get is something even more exciting than that, which is that Wilder does not knock out Fury. Fury does not knock out Wilder, but they put each other down. Both of them get knocked down. And maybe Wilder knocks down Fury more than Fury knocks down Wilder or something like that. But it's a hell of a fight by the time it's over. And everybody want to see a third one. No matter who wins. That's the kind of fight I think these two guys, these young lions, are going to give you. Don't underestimate Fury's toughness. I watched a Fury fight Povetkin. Povetkin was landing some hellacious shots on Fury, and Fury just kept eating them punches and fighting back. Them boys is beasts. The Gypsy King is a beast. Y'all don't know that yet, but y'all will see. And I'm telling you, Deontay Wilder is a beast. It's two beasts clashing in the ring. Somebody got to win, so we're going to see. But I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Y'all banking on Wilder knocking out Fury. Don't bank on it. And I hope Wilder's not banking on it. Wilder needs to know he must make sure he can go 12 hard rounds with Tyson Fury. Make sure you go them 12 hard rounds. And Tyson Fury should be thinking the same thing. And even though Tyson Fury is thinking about knocking out Wilder, which I don't see as something that he could do, but maybe he can. He has proven us wrong before. And anybody can knock out anybody, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, I'm just hoping that these two guys rumble and it can make it more memorable than even the first fight. But even if that doesn't happen, I'm cool with whatever happens in the result. KP from KC just made a comment. I want to answer him and acknowledge him. Don't forget to hit the like button, buddy. Oh, come on, man. Okay. Wilder puts fighters in situations that set up his KOs. He's a great situational puncher. He sets up shots, and I think Wilder will uppercut Fury when Fury rolls the punch. Check Guru Barry's channel. Yeah, but when you guys talk about this stuff, then guess what? Fury knows about that. So, I mean, Fury doesn't just duck, you know. Fury does a lot of things that y'all just don't even understand. He protects his body pretty good, too. So you don't really... Listen, here's the important thing to understand. If you've been listening to... If you've been listening to Ryan Garcia when he was talking, it's about feeling your opponent, feeling what you can and cannot do. It's not necessarily something you consciously are thinking about. It's something that you just have to feel, and it's kind of like art. You're feeling what is going on. You get the sense of what's going on. Both guys are very confident. And so in that fight, in that ring, it's going to be something of an epic proportion because neither guy's going to back down. Neither guy's going to accept defeat. Everybody going to fight hard to the final bell, okay? And I just think that this is a fight that's just going to go to the final bell again. I don't think it's going to be like the first one. I think they're going to fight slightly differently, both of them. You might see Fury backing up Wilder a little bit. You might see Wilder backing up Fury a little bit. You're going to see ebbs and flows. Wilder is a much better boxer than you guys give him credit for. Y'all only thinking about the knockout, but Wilder actually boxes quite well. He's a very good boxer. He's not necessarily the best boxer ever off the planet or ever has been, but he is a damn good boxer. And he accomplished something that Vladimir Klitschko couldn't do, which was that he was able to get to Fury and knock him down twice, But besides that, he was also doing some pretty good jabbing to the pit at certain points in time. And here or there, he was getting in shots like little check hooks and stuff like that on Fury. So if Wilder doesn't go for just big old, hard rights all the time, and he really tries to just, shorten up his punches some, and I think just simply don't try to put oomph on nothing. Just try to be quick, try to be sharp. I mean, Fury is quick too, so I don't know how he's going to, but I'm just saying, you want to be quick and you want to be sharp. You don't need to be so much powerful necessarily, but quick and sharp is the important thing. He also looks like Fury's going to be fighting on the inside, so he better know how to inside fight, because Fury's going to come to him. He don't think so, but Fury's going to come to him and try and walk him down, kind of like what Tony Harrison was doing to Jamal Charlo. It does set up Wilder to be in a good position to counterpunch him, so it might work in Wilder's favor for a bit. But Wilder does kind of need range to really put on the good shots, unless he does a short chopping shot, which I think he can do, and make an adjustment to Fury. But at the end of the day, I don't think we should bank on Wilder trying to knock out Fury. I think Wilder needs to put some burn rounds in the bank. He himself needs to box pretty well. Try to rough up Fury a bit. Fury is a strong, big guy, so that's going to be kind of hard to do, but that's something that he could do. He's pretty strong, Wilder, for his size. So, that's the kind of thing I'm thinking about. Now, with respect to Fury, Fury's game plan is to walk to Wilder, is to touch him up, is to, like I tried to show you guys with the jab, he's not just going to be using the jab, but he's also going to be using the shoulder. He's going to be using his forearms. He's going to work on the inside. He's going to use his weight. He's going to use his size advantage over Wilder at certain points in the fight to get Wilder in the corner if he needs to get him in the corner and stuff like that. He's going to try and bully Wilder a little bit with his physical strength and with his size and his weight. So that's what Tyson Fury needs to do against a guy like Deontay Wilder. He has to use every resource, his weight, his size. He's got to use that repeatedly on Deontay Wilder to wear Deontay Wilder down. Because Deontay Wilder never really been physically bullied by anyone and roughed up. When he clinches him, he should put his weight down on him and that kind of stuff. Because Wilder is a strong guy, but he's never been relentlessly tested with weight and size on guys. He's physically very, very strong. But Fury has to put his weight and size on him. That's the only way it's really going to work out for Fury, I think, in wearing Wilder down some. And Wilder was worn down a bit in the last fight as well. But that's one of the things that Tyson Fury should utilize. Now, in terms of Deontay Wilder, on the other hand, Deontay Wilder also can fight on the inside. He's a decent inside fighter. He can fight on the outside. Wilder relies on that right hand, but he also has a very decent left hook. And I think Wilder needs to feint the right hand sometimes and throw the left hook. Kind of like what Ryan Garcia did. He could also just use a system of feints. Use some feints on Fury. So Fury has to second guess him so he can catch him with some shots. And the other thing is, even though Wilder catches Fury with a hard shot, Wilder cannot take it for granted that he's got Fury hurt and he can crash him. Because Fury's a dude who's got really exceptionally good defense. Even though his defense is kind of one-dimensional, he's exceptionally good at what he does with his defense. It's old school defense. So Wilder should be careful, because as he goes to crash Fury, Fury could counterpunch him and really hurt him really bad. So it's just all these little tricks both guys have to do. It's a cerebral game. You're not just going to set up Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is a smart guy. That's what he do. He sets traps. So for Wilder to set a trap for Tyson Fury, but Wilder has that athleticism where he can come out of clinch and just kind of ambush you, come up on you really fast and land a combination. And if you're sleeping, you're not going to be able to deal with it. So Tyson Fury cannot be sleeping in the fight, and Wilder needs to take advantage of any time Tyson Fury is sleeping, lull him to sleep in the fight if he can as well. So these are just some of the things that I think that both fighters can do strategically and tactically towards one another. I think you guys think that Wilder only got one dimension, which is power. And Wilder's power is not so much in his power, like I said before. It's really in his surprise attack. He throws a punch when you don't expect it, the timing and the placement and the speed with the punch is really what has the effect on you. It's not so much the power of the punch necessarily. Mike Alvarado, TBE, shout out to you, brother. The best future heavyweight champion will be Logan Paul. He will move up and dominate heavyweight division. He has the greatest jab of all time. I miss the humor from you, brother. That was funny as hell. KP from KC says, Wilder was timing Fury's stutter jab last fight. I think he can fire the right hand over the jab. I mean, It's possible, you know, but again, it's not, you know, when you're in an actual fight, it's a lot different to when you are, you know, sitting like I am and just assessing it and saying this is what this guy needs to do. This is what it's really going to be based on what Fury's approach and strategy is on the night. It's not easy to counter over Fury's jab for one main reason. Fury doesn't step in with his jab. He just jab where he is, and he's long. He's 6'9", so Wilder will always fall short of that jab. If he tried to counter over Fury's jab, the only way he caught Fury was when Fury was moving backwards or he was bobbing under a punch, and Wilder caught him in the back of the ear. Actually, caught him in the back of the head, and Fury's equilibrium went off. That's why he was able to drop Fury. I didn't count it in round number 9 as a knockdown, but it is what it is. Round number 12, he ambushed Fury. You know, Fury got lackadaisical and sloppy with his defense, and Wilder was able to ambush Fury and catch him. Even though Fury kind of rolled some of the punches, he still caught him with the 1-2, and that's what put Fury down. Fury was pulling back out of it. It's kind of like how Keith Thurman was pulling away from Manny Pacquiao, and then Pacquiao just closed the distance really quick. Wilder was very explosive. He just took off. They had separated, and Wilder just took off. The referee separated, and Wilder just took off and ambushed him and caught him with that 1-2, which was very good. You know, that's the thing about Wilder. He's very explosive. He's very quick. And his athleticism and explosiveness is what will get him like a beat Anthony Joshua. He'll beat Anthony Joshua because he's explosive and athletic. Anyways, so I talked about who I think is the 2 best heavyweights in the world. I'm very excited for this fight. I hope it's a pay-per-view event, and I hope it does great numbers. Both guys are exceptional fighters. I like both guys. So I'm looking forward to both of them and what they bring to the table. Wilder, of course, will be bringing his punching power, but in also his boxing IQ, his experience in the ring with so many different fighters. I expect Deontay Wilder to bring all of that to the table. It should be very exciting. It should be very good. Yeah. Shout out to KP from KC. Shout out to Mike Alvarado TV. I haven't seen you guys in a while. I'm getting out of here. Peace. I'm what you need. There's going to be fights. There's going to be 2 fights today. Hold on, let me a second. I was in the middle of doing some work, you know, and had to step away for a minute. Hold on, I have 2 fights. Hold on a second. 2 fights you want to see today? No. Oh yeah. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna pull up the fights. Hold on a second. Oh wait, what am I doing? Sorry about that. Okay, cool. Let me just talk about these 2 fights, and I want y'all guys' predictions on this. We saw Ryan Garcia, and we saw Ryan Garcia, and we saw what's his name? Jorge Linares yesterday. Those 2 good fights. And now Caleb Plant's going to be fighting. He's going to be fighting Vincent Feigenbutz. And we're also going to have Caleb Plant. Did I say Caleb Plant, didn't I say? And also we're going to have Jennifer Han from the United States of America. Jennifer Han is the IBF female featherweight champion of the world. So looking forward to her fighting on the, let me see what card is that. She's going to be fighting on Fox, okay? Along with Caleb Plant. So she's going to be on the undercard. Oh, no. Wrong one. Wrong one. Sorry, my bad. Hold on a second. It's gonna be in El Paso, Texas. No, this is not televised. That's sad. It's gonna be in El Paso, Texas. It's not gonna be televised, so you're not gonna be able to see it. You're gonna have to look at it. I don't know how. If you're down in El Paso, Texas, check it out. It's gonna be in the County Coliseum, El Paso, Texas, USA. All right, so check that out. If you're in Texas, check that fight out. It should be a good fight. But Caleb Plant fights tonight. He's fighting a German guy, so we'll see how that turns out. Hope you guys enjoy that fight, and we will talk about it when it happens. Anyway, I'm what you need. I hope you guys enjoy my channel. Don't forget you can subscribe or donate to my channel via Western Union or MoneyGram. Always interested in talking with you guys. Shout out to the two guys that engaged me. That would be Mike Alvarado, TBE, and my boy KP from KC. Shout out to KP from KC, man. You know what I'm saying? You know your boxing. I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace.